Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves here, and this is What If Naruto Was Abandoned by His Family for His Siblings, Part 1. This is my own What If, it's no longer a fanfiction, and we'll get straight into it. We begin this What If with Minato and Kushina having triplets. Kushina was screaming in the cave while giving birth to all three, Naruto, Mito, and Menma. Mito and Menma were the first to be born, only a few seconds apart, about 20-30 seconds apart, whereas Naruto was a good 5-minute gap between the two. Anyways, Mito was the oldest, then was Menma, then was Naruto. As soon as Naruto is born, and the three are taken away by Biwako and the other nurse, Biwako being the third Hokage's wife, they both fell to the ground. With a thud, as Minato turns, after looking at his wife, he sees a man holding Naruto. The other two were still in the arms of the two nurses on the floor. They were still alive, however, they were crying. Naruto was still asleep, not realizing what happened. Minato instinctively got out his kunai, ready for a fight. Then, the masked man demanded for the Hokage to move from the Jinchuriki. Now, fourth Hokage Minato, move away from the Jinchuriki or this brat dies. Minato snarled at the man as he slowly stepped away from Kushina. Then, Naruto was thrown up in the air. Minato would teleport instantly to catch Naruto and sees that Naruto had explosive tags on his little towel that was wrapped around him. He picked up the other two kids and disappeared. Obviously, here the scene that happened in the original would happen as per normal, as Minato would save all three kids and put them, keep them somewhere safe in their home. Now he would go back to see Kushina being extracted of the Nantos, as the Nantos would start ravaging all around the village and destroying it. Now, the masked man would tell Minato that he was slower than what he should have been. Now, the Nantos will destroy the village, and his wife will die. Unfortunately for him, he didn't know that Uzumaki's had a special trait that wouldn't let them die after a Jinchuriki loses its tailed beast. Thus, Kushina was fine, and Minato knew this, but he wanted to keep it a secret, as he didn't want the masked man to turn back and kill her, as he was closer to Kushina than he was. The masked man then would disappear in a swirl and leave into his eye. Minato would whisper to himself space-time ninjutsu, as he then would teleport Kushina to the kids as well and go and fight the Nantos. The Nantos will be dealt as per normal until the ceiling part comes around. Minato would be there with Kushina and the three kids. He knew that the three kids were the only way to stop the Nantos. He didn't want to reseal into Kushina, and he believed that his kids were the children of prophecy, which Jiraiya has told him before about. Now, he would seal the Nantos' chakra. He would split it with a new kind of ninjutsu, not the Shikifujin and not the Reaper Death Seal, but a different kind of sealing technique. Menma looked like Minato. He had the same face as Minato, however he had red hair and purple eyes, making him a male version of Kushina, whereas Mito was the exact replica. The two looked like each other a lot, and they had 3 whisker marks. And then there was Naruto. Naruto had no whisker marks. He was an exact copy of Minato, and he knew that the other 2 children received the traits of the Uzumaki, so he would seal away the chakra into the 2, whereas the soul of the Nantos, or the Nantos itself with no chakra, would be left within Naruto. the other two would receive a stronger seal than Naruto's, thus making the seal on Naruto much weaker than the other two, and in the future that will play a big role in Naruto's life. Now, Minato would not realize that sealing away the chakra from the Nine Tails, well, splitting it from the Nine Tails, then splitting the chakra into two other beings or two other people, wouldn't stop the Nine Tails forever, as the Nine Tails would take a decade or so to replenish its chakra reserves after having such a long, excruciating fight and being separated from its chakra in such forceful manner. Minato wouldn't die, however his chakra would be exhausted and he would be out for 3 weeks. Now, Minato would fall to the ground, as would the Kushina. However, Kushina would still be conscious, well, to a certain extent. She would be holding her 2 kids, whereas Naruto was lying on the ground. Naruto still wasn't crying. He opened his eyes, however, and he looked around. He seemed to be aware of what was going on. Something not many people noticed, not even the third Hokage when he arrived. When he saw Naruto on the floor, he thought that Minato must have put him there as he was falling to the ground, so Naruto wouldn't get hurt. He didn't realize that Minato didn't even care for Naruto as of right now. He believed Menma and Mito were the children of prophecy. Now, 3 weeks would pass. Minato is now awake and close to being, back to full strength, thanks to Tsunade's help. Minato, you need to rest for another week minimum if you want to, replenish your full chakra reserves. Minato would then reply by saying, no, I have more important things to do. Menma and Mito need to be, raised properly. Tsunade would raise an eyebrow. What about Naruto? Minato then would say, Menma and Mito are the children of prophecy. We need to train them as hard as possible, so they can, save the shinobi world. Naruto, on the other hand, although he keeps the soul of the Kyuubi, he will be able to, live on his own. Tsunade would be angered by this. However, herself being swayed by Jiraiya over the past few years about this stupid prophecy that he's been telling her about. He received the prophecy much earlier in this life, and thus he told his student. First he thought it was one of the children of prophecy was his student, Minato. However, eventually it turned out to be wrong. The prophecy would change over time, and the final prophecy that the Toad gave would be that 2 children would arise in the shinobi world, and they would be able to control the Biju and have power beyond what's ever been seen, thus making Jiraiya think that it can't be Minato, because Minato is now an adult children. So then he thinks that maybe Minato's children, who were to be born in the same year as he received this prophecy, the final prophecy, obviously, he thought that his children would be, the children of prophecy, as he was having 3 of them at the same time. Now, Minato would be there with his family and Jiraiya and Tsunade. They would be talking to the third Hokage, telling him that they would like to, leave the village for the fire capital for a few years. A few years meaning over a decade, until Mito and Menma are capable of, taking the Genin exam. And once they return, they will raise Naruto like they should have. Minato, this is absolutely stupid. Leaving Naruto here without a family is a mistake. He also is a Jinchuriki. In fact, he's probably more of a Jinchuriki than the other 2. Do you not realize that Naruto needs parents? He can't grow on his own. And if I were to become the third Hokage once again and become active again, I won't be able to raise Naruto. That's fine, Lord Third. You can leave him for foster care. It's fine. We've already announced to the village that I will be leaving with my 2 children. And I have also announced that Naruto is my child, but he'll be, remaining in the village, so that the village doesn't think that I'm just leaving them for good. They'll know that I left Naruto here as a sign, or as a symbol of hope that I will return, obviously. Hiruzen was pissed. He didn't like this idea, he thought it was stupid, and this prophecy that he also believed in at one point is starting to get on his nerves. This stupid prophecy will break your family apart, Minato. Mark my words. I'll take care of Naruto to the best of my capabilities. But when you guys return, I just pray that Naruto will forgive you. Naruto would then start crying in the arms of the third Hokage, and the third would start, would start cooing him, so he would stop crying. Naruto would then look at his parents and just have a sad look. He understood everything, although no one really knew. Then the Hokage would speak to his two students. You two, you disappoint me the most. I thought you two would grow up to be great shinobi, great people, great humans. But clearly not. For all the good you've done for the shinobi world, and for this village, this has just cancelled everything. Even Orochimaru is better than you guys, and he hasn't been in the village for years now. In fact, I believe he's coming back soon, so maybe he'll help Naruto grow. Don't you dare give my child to Orochimaru, that snake, Kushina would then retort, as the Hokage would then say, well, who else will take care of Naruto if you guys aren't willing? That I can give him to anyone. Anyone who's willing is better than you guys. Now get out of this office before I completely, eradicate you. The four of them, with the two children, would leave. On the same day, they would leave, and Naruto would start his life alone. A year would pass. Naruto would have started walking and also talking very well for his age. A 1-year-old shouldn't be talking this well, especially formally. Usually just a few words. Even when he's just one, he was able to already read and write. This showed, Naruto showed a lot of promise. Orochimaru would have returned, and he would have become an active Jonin once again. He would have taken a team as well, thus making his time with Naruto very limited. However, there were other people in the village who actually liked Naruto. There were a lot who hated him as well, because they thought that he was the Naruto's Jinchuriki. He was, but they thought that he was the Naruto's itself, the reincarnation of the devil. Now, Kakashi would actually help Naruto grow, as he was very fond of Naruto. He reminded him of himself, but at the same time, a lot of Obito was in Naruto. He may be very smart, he may seem to be very smart, he is very smart to be honest, but he was always a knucklehead around him, just like Obito was. He had a sad smile whenever he saw Naruto, as he would see Obito in Naruto more than himself. Although he had his smarts, he definitely had Obito's personality, and that smile of his was definitely Obito's. Although Obito is now dead, so is Rin, and his sensei left. He also lost a lot of respect for his sensei for leaving one of his children back in the village, taking the other two in favor of all three of them. He would then raise Naruto, and Naruto would come to know Kakashi as Kakashi, big brother Kakashi. He knew that's not his father, he knew that's not his, he's not a real sibling, but he still treated him as his younger brother, and he always had respect for Kakashi, as Kakashi was very strong, and he even took time out of his own ninja life. He actually took a few years off of being a ninja to, help Naruto grow, but he wouldn't slack off. Thanks to Naruto being so keen to become a ninja in the future, he would actually, train with Kakashi. Also, Naruto would know about his heritage, and he would know he's the son of the fourth. However, he wouldn't be proud of it, as he knew that Hokage would give anything for his village, even if there was a prophecy saying that 2 children will arise and save the shinobi world. They would never leave the village to, train to or favor anyone over the village. He always thought that the Hokage would give his life and spend his life in the village to protect it. That is why they became Hokage in the first place, right? And Naruto wanted to be like that. He wanted to be like the first, second, and third, but even better. He wanted to be stronger than the first Hokage, who was known as the strongest shinobi ever, the god of shinobi. Now, Naruto also knew that his father was very strong and respected that. He respected his father's strength. However, he didn't respect his father's choices, as he left him in this village. And now, he's hated by most of it. He doesn't have many friends, and more years would pass on. Naruto is now 5 years old, and Kakashi would have trained him very well, as Naruto would have already started using shadow clones to help his training, as he would have found the secret of it. Yes, shadow clone jutsu was one of the first things that Kakashi taught Naruto. Although not resembling an Uzumaki, mostly resembling Minato, his chakra reserves were far beyond, what Minato's were. His chakra reserves were probably on the level of a Kage already at this young age. He was astonished by Naruto, and he knew that these chakra levels would grow even further when he starts maturing into an adult. And he knew that he possibly could have more chakra than a Biju itself. The third Hokage was proud of Naruto for being so strong at such a young age, and also he has Orochimaru teach him here and there. Orochimaru's team would have already graduated from Genin to Chunin, and now they're closing up to Jonin. So Orochimaru has a lot more time. Although he spends a lot of his time with Naruto, he spends a fair amount of time on research, as he wants the village to thrive in this way. Yes, he stayed good. Although he had hatred towards Minato for becoming the fourth Hokage, he stayed on the right path, thankfully. We don't want to bad Orochimaru in this way. However, Naruto would realize that he's very privileged. Although he lives alone now, well, with Kakashi still, but Kakashi is mostly doing his Anbu missions for the Hokage, as he's now started becoming active again, as he knows that Naruto can take care of himself. Naruto would tell the Hokage that he no longer wants to be trained by his uncle Orochimaru and himself, as he feels too privileged. He wants to be a ninja just like anybody else. The great Hokages of the past, although had the great teachers, they also did a lot of work on their own. Since birth, they were working on their own, especially the first Hokage. He had to fight in wars, and he was strong. He grew strong on his own. He never had a teacher like him. He never had the third Hokage to help him out. Although the third had both the first and second, Naruto doesn't want to be like the third. He wants to be his own person. He's not saying that the third is not strong on his own, as after the first and second died, he mastered every single jutsu known to the Hidden Leaf village, as Naruto is striving towards that goal as well. He wants to be called the Professor as well. The third Hokage would be ecstatic that Naruto was already taking his first steps towards the independence, as Naruto is already quite independent, but he sees that Naruto wants to be more independent than what he already is, and he agrees with Naruto. He says that he should grow like any other shinobi. Although he had a bit of a head start, Naruto will have to start doing work on his own. That means no more privileges, no more scrolls given to him, nothing like that. Everything he learns, he will have to do on his own or wait for it, like in the academy. For example, the library is closed off to him from now on. The Ninja Scroll library, by the way, as that's only open to academy students and above. Naruto knows this, and he says yes, that's fine. But that doesn't stop me from stealing scrolls, right? And the Hokage would chuckle at this, seeing that Naruto still wants to grow, and he doesn't want to, stay stagnant in his growth. And he says, yes, but I want you to enjoy your youth. There's still 3 years until the academy, you're only 5 years old, and I want you to make friends. I want you to make lifelong friends. Friends that you can trust, friends that you can always go back on, and friends that will always have your back, and vice versa, obviously. The third Hokage would smile at Naruto and would dismiss him, as Naruto would give his Gigi one last hug before going on his journey of becoming a strong shinobi on his own. He would wait until he's 12, or until he becomes a Genin/Chunin, to finally get help from Orochimaru, help from Kakashi, all those people that would gladly help him, and they believe in him. Once Orochimaru heard the news, he was happy for Naruto, and he says that he will wait to train Naruto, as he wants Naruto to learn the arts of, a snake Sanin, as the slug and the toad Sanin left him. Now, Kakashi would come back to hear the news, and he would high-five Naruto, saying, if I could do it on my own, you can also. Obviously, Kakashi grew on his own. He had no father. Well, he did at one point, but you know what happened. And Naruto would know about Kakashi's backstory and would feel sorry for him. And he would always admire the White Fang. And he also changed Kakashi a lot. Kakashi obviously forgave his father, and he knew that he was right. And what he did at the end was a bit, mistaken. It was a big mistake, but he understood that his father was in the right when he gave up the mission to save his comrades' lives. And his comrades were ungrateful to him. But it is what it is. Kakashi understands that he was right, but Naruto made it more clear to him than Obito already did. Now, Naruto would start training on his own, and during this time, he would also go to the park and spend a lot of his time there. Naruto would make a few friends, two in particular. These two friends would be Shikamaru and Choji. The three would become inseparable. The two clan heads would be very happy to be friends with Naruto, and their parents were all for it. Shikaku, or Shikaku. Wait, no, yeah, Shikaku. Bro, he has the same name as Shikaku, the one tail, bro. It always confuses me. But anyways, now, he would go talk to Naruto. Naruto, I see you're friends with my son. I'm happy that you are. After all, you are the son of the fourth, and I know what happened with him. But don't worry. If you ever need somewhere to stay, you're always welcome in the Nara compound. He would be very fond of Naruto, and Naruto would be very fond of the Nara as well, as the Nara would always be nice to him, especially Shikamaru's mom, although Shikamaru doesn't really like her much because of, her hitting him. Obviously, it was just discipline, not like abusive. But anyways, now, Shikamaru would always say everything is a drag, and Naruto would slowly but surely get into that tendency as well. He would become much more laid back. He's very serious at times now. Before he was always serious, then he became all jolly, and now he's always lazy. He's basically become a carbon copy of Shikamaru, or a normal Nara basically. The Hokage saw this and sweat dropped as he was looking over Naruto, still checking up on him regularly, every week, once or twice, maybe even 3 times sometimes. But anyways, years would pass as Naruto would continue his training and find out that he has multiple chakra natures. He has 7 of them, but he wouldn't tell anybody yet. He has water, wind, fire, earth, lightning, wood, and ice release. All 7 of these were very hard to use for Naruto, especially because he had no one to teach him. However, over the 3 years, he would finally master 3 of them on his own. Yes, 3 of them. Fire, wind, and wood. Yeah, I know it's a very weird combination. If he masters wood, he should master water and earth. Don't get me wrong, he's very proficient in them, but he hasn't mastered them as well, or to such a degree as wind and fire and wood. Wind release is his strongest one because that was his main affinity, and then comes wood, then comes fire. Fire, Naruto takes a lot from Madara Uchiha. He has a lot of his jutsus for some reason. Don't worry, Naruto has stolen a lot of jutsus from the Scroll of Ceilings as the Hokage. Sometimes he would see him doing so. However, he knew that, this was for the good. Although Naruto is still privileged, he's not as privileged as before, as sometimes he does catch him and does tell Naruto off and tells him to put it back, and Naruto would then just run off. Naruto still would stop pulling pranks on everyone. Although he wasn't bothered with many of them, he still did it just to seem like a goofball and basically get everyone's attention. Naruto still seeked some of that attention that he lacked from his family, basically, because still he was neglected, although Kakashi was there for him whenever he could be there for him. Eventually, he does, enter the academy. However, Naruto, at the age of 7, would find himself in a completely different compound. The Uchihas were still pushed in the outskirts of the village. However, not as far as before. They were still quite close to the village, and they didn't hate them because of Fugaku's friendship with Minato. And Fugaku knew that Minato left with his children, and he left one of them, which, actually pissed off Fugaku quite a lot. Especially Mikoto, as she thought that her friend valued family. That's what she always told her, obviously, but clearly not. This pissed her off quite a bit. She never really met Naruto, and one night, as Naruto was walking through this compound, getting a few looks of confusion, not distrust. The Uchihas were actually quite nice to Naruto, in fact. They were nicer to him than the villagers were, and the Naruto liked them quite a lot. Whenever he saw one, he would greet them respectfully, and they would greet back. Obviously, Naruto earned the respect. He wasn't given respect. He earned the respect by giving them respect. If I respect you, you respect me, and you respect me, I respect you. Obviously, that's the kind of relationship he had with the Uchihas. One night, he was walking through the compound, as he didn't know where he was. He knew this was the Uchiha compound, but he was quite lost. He was trying to find the way he came from. He wanted to just visit one day, because he always wanted to see this compound. And it was before the academy. It was about 6 months before the academy. Naruto's still 7, by the way. He was about to become 8 soon. within a month or so. Now, I don't know when they exactly start the academy. I'll say that they start during spring, somewhere around there. Because it seems a good time to start the academy, isn't it? Come on, guys. But anyways, now, Naruto would be lost until he would bump into someone. He would bump into a little girl his age called Tsuki. Tsuki would ask Naruto, what are you doing here? Naruto has seen Tsuki around the park, and she knows about Naruto too. Naruto says, I am lost. I'm trying to go home. Although there's no one home, but like, I'm still trying to get home, right? Obviously, Tsuki would then reply by saying, wait, there's no one home. What do you mean? Obviously, Tsuki doesn't really understand yet what happened to Naruto. And Naruto would just look down and says that, I was abandoned by my parents. But it's alright. I have my older brother, Kakashi. Although he's out for a long-term mission right now. He will be back within 3 months, I think. He left like 2 days ago. Obviously, Tsuki then actually grabs Naruto's hand and is like, if there's no one home, then you should come to my house. Tsuki was very energetic. She was outgoing and a very friendly person. In fact, she actually wanted to talk to Naruto, as he seemed quite interesting to her in the park whenever he was hanging out with Shikamaru and Choji. But she never really had the courage, and this was the perfect moment. Because no one was looking, she wouldn't be embarrassed and whatever. She takes him to her home, and basically tells him to come inside. Naruto was reluctant at first, saying, no, I don't want to go in. But Tsuki would then tell him, just come in, we might as well, and we're about to have dinner. I'm sure that there's no one home to cook for you, right? Naruto then would reply, I cook for myself, but I guess I'll take your invite, and I'll gladly accept, as Naruto was quite hungry. Anyways, Naruto would enter the home, and they would be greeted by Mikoto. Mikoto would tell Tsuki off for coming home so late, until she realized that, Naruto was there. She would then look at Naruto and see Minato in him. Obviously, this was a carbon copy of Minato when he was young, and she would stutter out, Minato? Naruto would then say, no, that man is not who I am. I'm Naruto. Just Naruto. Obviously, Mikoto was taken aback, as she knew that this was Naruto, but she just blurted out Minato because he seemed so much like him. She would then say, what do you mean? I thought you're an Uzumaki Namikaze as well. Naruto would then reply by saying, no. It's been a long time since I've called myself that, as my parents abandoned me. If they left me in this village for good, and chose my siblings over me, and treated me like this, then I don't think I'm part of that family. They basically disowned me. That's what I'm trying to say. And Naruto said with a sad smile in his face, with a sad smile, with the tears in his eyes. However, he wouldn't let them escape. His eyes were watery, however, and that was very noticeable to the two Uchiha women, or one girl and one woman. Fugaku would hear the commotion and ask what's going on, who's here, and he would see Naruto, and would say, well, I guess Minato's offspring finally came to visit us. Naruto would then greet Fugaku, bowing to him, and also bows to Mikoto as he didn't before. Manners, obviously. And Fugaku would chuckle, saying, this one's just like Minato. And obviously, saying it with a sad smile, as he knows that Minato has basically forgotten about Naruto at this point and left him. He would then tell Naruto to come in, and you would see that, Sasuke and Itachi were actually playing a game of shogi. Sasuke would then greet his sister by saying yo, and Itachi would say, welcome back. I hope you've had fun. It is quite late, but we're about to have dinner, so you can help mom set up now. Obviously, he would then notice Naruto, and Sasuke would ask who that was. As Sasuke does go to the park like here and there, but he mostly spends his time training, as he was more inclined to impress his father than his sister, and he wanted to be like his brother. Fugaku in this wife wouldn't push Sasuke as much. However, he does want Sasuke to be strong. Not stronger or just as strong as Itachi, as he knows that Itachi is a completely different breed, and Sasuke is a lot happier. He doesn't want his father's praise as much, as he actually gets him more often here. Now, obviously, he would greet Naruto and ask him what his name is. What's your name? Naruto would reply, Naruto. Just Naruto. And you? As Sasuke would say, Sasuke Uchiha. Proudly, obviously. as he still was proud of his clan. He was a lot like Fugaku, but Mikoto did rub off on him. But anyways, now Itachi would ask Naruto if he wanted to join them for dinner, and Tsuki would reply by saying, of course he is, that's why I brought him here. No one's home, so you might as well just have dinner with us, right? Obviously, Itachi nods, and the family of 5, and including Naruto, would have dinner. Naruto would actually enjoy this atmosphere, and actually come more often than usual. Tsuki entered the friend group of Naruto, Shikamaru, and Choji, and it was quite obvious that she was into Naruto. Naruto did not notice yet because he was quite oblivious to this kind of stuff, you know, generic anime main character, but shonen anime, of course. But obviously, Shikamaru did. Choji didn't really care, although he did. Choji is quite smart. He just doesn't really show it. But anyways, yes, he's smart in this way. He just likes eating more than showing he's smart. But anyways, Shikamaru would act like a little wingman to Tsuki all the time and try leave the two alone sometimes, but it is what it is. Naruto never really realizes, and they realize this as well. Eventually, Naruto would stop going to the Uchiha compound as Kakashi would return, and the Uchihas were quite sad as the Uchiha compound was much livelier with Naruto being there. Obviously, he would still visit every single day, but not stay overnight like he used to a lot of the times. Now, Naruto would finally enter the academy eventually, and the academy would begin. Iruka would be very fond of Naruto, and in fact he would be his favorite student, as Naruto was smart but he didn't really want to show it, and he realized that Naruto was always trying to be, just barely passing his grade, as all his test scores were always the minimum mark. Clearly, Naruto was smart enough to get full marks because he was able to calculate what a passing mark would be, like the lowest kind of mark, and always get it perfectly. And if Naruto knew exactly how to get a perfect low passing mark, or the lowest passing mark, that means that he could possibly or most likely get the full marks, right? As he's always getting exactly on the dot. But anyways, it's no coincidence, especially after it happened for a whole year. Naruto would continue like this, and obviously Iruka would allow it because he knows that Naruto doesn't like to show off, and he seems to be the quiet type. But Naruto has a lot of friends. He's also made friends with Shino and Kiba actually was able to get a lot stronger and smarter thanks to Naruto. Naruto would help him study as well, as Kiba always asked him for help. Kiba knew that Naruto wasn't trying, and he actually realized that Naruto was quite smart. In fact, he could have been the rookie of the year every single year, but he decided not to for some reason. And he didn't want to really pry into Naruto's business, so he left it alone. Eventually, 4 years would pass, and the fateful day would arrive. On this fateful day, the entourage of the fourth Hokage and his family were heading back to the Leaf Village. They would be coming back during the evening, and many villagers knew about this. In fact, the whole village knew. Everyone was in a celebratory mood, as they had set up parties, and there was a big festival. So, the fourth Hokage's return would be graceful and fun. This festival would last at least 2 days. So for the first day, when they return, and the second day for them to enjoy themselves. Anyways, now Naruto was walking through the village. As these 2 days he was given off from the academy because of this great day. Many people looked at Naruto and gave him looks of hatred, as they still haven't gotten over the fact that Naruto is the Naruto's. But anyways, Naruto didn't care anymore. Now, Naruto would have moved out of his shared apartment with Kakashi's house, to a apartment now. Naruto's apartment would be pretty nice, as the third Hokage would have actually helped him out a little bit here. And anyways, now Naruto mostly moved out because Kakashi finally got a girlfriend, that being Shizune. Shizune would have actually remained in the village, as she did not like the fact that, mostly she didn't trust her sensei anymore, especially after she left with the fourth Hokage. She was told to leave as well, but she didn't believe in this prophecy thing. She didn't support their ideals, and she didn't support the fact that they would only be taking 2 of the children instead of all 3. At least take all of them. But no, Shizune was not having this. Thus, she remained in the village, and her and Kakashi actually got quite close. Eventually, they started dating, and Shizune started living with them. Naruto thought that it was a bit weird for him to still remain there, although he's grown up there basically. But he still decides to move out, as he wants to give them some privacy. Obviously, Kakashi gives him a smile when he moved out, and Naruto knew that they would still be very close. They still do hang out a lot. And anyways, now Naruto was walking through the village towards the Uchiha compound, as after he moved out, he was staying with the Uchihas for at least 2 months, and in these 2 months he got really close with the family, as he was basically a part of them. He would spend all his days there, most of his time there, unless he's out hanging out with Shikamaru, Choji, Shino, Kiba, and Tsuki. Sasuke actually joins them quite a lot of the times now, and all of them train a lot, especially thanks to Naruto, and because of his influence, they all train a lot. On this day, Naruto would be walking through the Uchiha compound, and they would also be setting up for the festival. They gave him looks of pity, but Naruto just smiled. He hated that look, the look of pity. He didn't want it. Naruto didn't care who they were if he was left behind, because he was no longer part of that family in his eyes. Naruto was his own person. Naruto has no family. Naruto's just Naruto. He's not an Uzumaki nor a Namikaze. It's just Naruto. In fact, his name kinda pisses him off as well. He did want to change at one point, but the Hokage said at least his name should remain. That is the name that he was given at birth. Although his parents gave it, he should keep it, as it's a sign. It's a symbol to remember himself as that one kid. Obviously, Naruto still hates it, but he's accepted the fact that his name will always and forever be Naruto, but he did not want the family name. Anyways, now Naruto was spacing out as he was walking towards the Uchiha home, or the home of Tsuki and Sasuke, Itachi, you know what I'm saying. Now, Naruto was thinking of how he would have to deal with his family once they return. He doesn't really want to speak to them. They will definitely come and speak to him, he knows that for sure. Naruto zoned out as he was walking forward straight towards the home, and eventually he got there, but he didn't realize as he was still thinking. Anyways, now Itachi was actually on the front yard, and he was actually sweeping. "Good morning, Naruto. How's your day been? How's your morning been?" Naruto didn't reply, as he was just standing there. Itachi was a bit taken aback. Usually Naruto would reply with a smile, but here today Naruto seemed like he was contemplating life. Naruto would snap out of it once Itachi called his name for a good 2 minutes. Naruto would then say, "Oh, good morning. Sorry, I was spacing out. They're coming back." Itachi looked at Naruto and gave him a sad smile. Not a look of pity, but a sad one. He knew Naruto doesn't like them, and he knew he was suffering inside. He then goes in for a hug, telling Naruto that, "Look, even if they return, it doesn't matter if they don't accept you, and if they do want to accept you and you don't accept them. Remember, we're always here for you, and we'll never betray you." Naruto actually sheds a tear as he returned the hug, as this was also one of his older brothers. Tsuki and Sasuke walk out the home to see Naruto actually crying, with the tear marks or crying marks on his cheeks, as it was quite visible. Now the two were worried. They came up to Naruto and asked him what happened. Naruto says it's nothing, as he smiles at them, and the two were still worried for Naruto as they looked at their older brother, and he just nodded, saying that he's fine. He's just happy. And then they all go inside. Mikoto was in the house, so was Fugaku. Fugaku would greet Naruto, and Naruto would greet back. as the family of 6 now would spend the rest of the day together. It was in the afternoon that Naruto decided to train a bit with Tsuki and Sasuke and Itachi. Also Fugaku and Mikoto would be there, as they actually went for a walk and they saw the 4 of them training. Naruto helped a lot. He helped Sasuke's training out a lot. Also Tsuki's. They exponentially grew stronger thanks to Naruto. For some reason, Naruto seemed as if he was a natural teacher. He knew a lot of stuff. Also, during these 4 years, Naruto has mastered his other chakra releases. So basically, he has mastered all 7 chakra releases at this point that he has. However, he won't show it to anyone. Only his closest friends know, and his family, the Uchiha family. Naruto wouldn't even mind changing his name to Naruto Uchiha, as that was the closest thing he had to a family. But he knew that he wasn't an Uchiha, and he was still scared to ask them if he could, as he thought that maybe they would start hating him for wanting the Uchiha name, as he wasn't a true Uchiha. Naruto didn't know how to say it. Naruto didn't know how to approach them and ask them. He knew it's wrong for him to ask. They've already given so much for him. Yet, he longed for it. He wanted this family. He wanted a family. Maybe if he asks tonight, he doesn't know yet. As he was contemplating this, he would zone out once again. Itachi would notice this, and he would take Naruto aside, asking him what's going on, what's wrong. He doesn't usually do this. In the past few days, Naruto has been zoning out quite a bit, especially when he's with them as well. Now, Naruto thought that Itachi would be the best person to tell, as he's the most understanding one, and he wouldn't, rush into things like the other 2 Uchihas would, as they are more like a bit more like Naruto in the original. A bit of knuckleheads. So is Sasuke, by the way. Anyways, the 2 would also have, the 2 would also have the 2 Tomoe Sharingan in both eyes, as the training from Naruto was brutal. It wasn't just light training, it was brutal. 4 years of brutal training from Naruto. Naruto may be a good teacher, but he was a ruthless one as well, as he wanted his friends and basically the future of Konoha's ninja force to be as strong as possible. He also was good friends with Konohamaru, and he would teach him a lot. So, and thus he would also teach Moegi and Udon, his 2 friends, best friends I think. Anyways, now Naruto would tell him that he wants to be part of a family. Itachi then says he's part of their family. Naruto then says no, he wants to officially be an Uchiha. Itachi was taken aback at this. He wasn't angry at Naruto, but more surprised, as he thought Naruto was he never really thought that Naruto wanted to be an Uchiha. He thought that Naruto was part of his family already. He was basically an Uchiha, but Naruto wanted the name as well. He wanted to have that pride of having a family. Itachi would pat Naruto's head, saying that if you were scared to ask us about this, you shouldn't have been. We're more than glad to accept you in our family and the Uchihas. As Itachi smiled at Naruto, and that evening during dinner, Itachi would bring it up, and Naruto would just nod, still being silent about it. Fugaku would laugh, saying that if this was the reason why he's been zoning out so much recently, then he should have just said it from the get-go, as it's not that hard, and it's not really that big of a deal. Naruto's always been part of the Uchihas. Everyone in the Uchiha compound knows Naruto. They love Naruto. In fact, they've always wanted someone like Naruto. Naruto brought so much happiness to them, so why wouldn't they allow him to join them? Naruto would officially become a Uchiha, and the papers would be given in, as the 4 Hokage's entourage would enter the village. Celebrations would go off. It was evening time now, dinner time. It was around like 7-8 p.m, 9, and the Minato and his family would go straight home. Although there was a festival going on, they would join in the next day, and the next day was the day they finally meet Naruto after 12 years. Now, obviously, we need to cover what Mito and Menma have been learning. Mito and Menma are quite strong. They're not slouches. They are prodigies as well. Not as big as prodigies as Tsuki and Naruto and Sasuke. Those three, and Shikamaru, by the way. Those four are quite the prodigy. Different level. And anyways, now, the two of them were able to control up to 4 tails chakras of chakra. Yes, that's a lot of tails, by the way. In 12 years they should be able to do that, although they're just kids. But thanks to the tutelage of Minato, Kushina, Jiraiya and Tsunade, they were able to get thus far. And they have 2 chakra natures each. Menma has wind and water, whereas Mito has wind and lightning, like her father's. And Menma has water from his mother. They both have wind, so it was quite easy to teach them, especially because Minato was quite proficient in it, and they also know the Rasengan and the chakra chains. They're not very proficient in the chakra chains yet, as they recently started in that. And anywho, now, the two have very dense chakra, by the way, and a ton of chakra, in fact. Not as much as Naruto, because Naruto is has BG levels of chakra, but he hides it. A little bit. Oh, sorry, what? A few people know about Naruto's true potential and how much chakra he really has. Only the people that he's very close to. The rest of the village, the rest of the ninjas do not know. They don't even know that Naruto is a prodigy, but all the people who are very close to Naruto know that Naruto's always been faking being the dead last, and if he really tried, he could have graduated the academy before he even joined it. He knew all the academy, everything that the academy taught at the age of 5 already, so he didn't even have to go to the academy. He could have just become a ninja from the get-go, but he decided to go there as the third Hokage wanted him to make friends his age, and he was glad that he actually accepted the third Hokage's terms, because otherwise he wouldn't have this family of his, he wouldn't have all these friends of his, and Naruto would be very, very lonely. And that feeling actually hurts Naruto. Naruto doesn't like being lonely. That's why he spends a lot of time with his friends. And when he is alone in his own apartment, he mostly, sobs and cries. As Naruto doesn't like it. Naruto doesn't like living alone. And he always wants to be with someone. That's why most of the times he's out, even at night. He goes out for walks. So he could be near people. But whenever there's no one, Naruto would be very sad. Naruto's very dependent. He never had that kind of affection with anyone, as no one really cared about him, other than the people close to him. But a lot of them were busy, and a lot of them were children like him. But they were normal children, and Naruto is nowhere near normal. Anyways, now, the next day would arrive. The Uchihas would officially give the papers in to the third Hokage, who was having his last day in that seat, as Minato had returned, and he would be taking over the next day. Obviously, the third Hokage would say that this is the final thing he does as the third Hokage, and it's probably the most exciting thing he's done over the 12 years, other than seeing Naruto grow. Naruto would smile at his grandfather-like figure and tell him that one day he'll take that seat and become even stronger and greater than all of the Hokages before him. It doesn't matter how long it takes him, he will do it. As the third Hokage chuckles, saying that he's always believed in Naruto, and he believes that this generation of ninjas are something special, something different from other generations. He believes that they will bring change to the shinobi world. Not like that prophecy says, but something even better than that prophecy. Naruto just smiles at him and gives him a thumbs up. The Uchihas would leave, as Naruto and Tsuki and Sasuke would go their separate ways, as they wanted to go and hang out for today. They were going to take a break from training today, as in 2 weeks' time they would be taking the final test of the academy. They could easily pass it right now, but they just wanted to, have that little break from training. The three would enjoy this festival, although Naruto's, it would be against Naruto basically, because his family is returned. His biological family, which he does not like. He still enjoys the festival. Anyways, some people in the village have actually come to accepting Naruto, as Naruto has never really done anything bad. Some people actually, well, a really small amount of people, by the way, and some people actually started, developing a brain, and they're like, you know what, this kid has done nothing. He's not done anything other than helping the village. I've seen him around. He does do pranks here and there, a lot of pranks, but a lot of the times I see him helping old ladies, helping just children around. Like, what's so bad about him? He doesn't seem like the Ninetales to me. Anyways, now the three would head to Ichiraki Ramen to actually have lunch there. The the Namikaze family would actually be on their way there as well, and once they enter, they would actually realize that there's three people there already. All three of them actually, having the Uchiha crest on their back. One of them, however, wearing a hood. Naruto was wearing a hood because he just likes to, and by the way, he's very close to Tochi and Hayame. The two love this guy. Anyways, now Naruto's favorite food is ramen as per normal. That doesn't change much, but he doesn't have it every single day for every single meal, as he knows how to eat thanks to Kakashi, Orochimaru, and everyone else that has actually helped him out in the past few years. Now, Naruto would thank the old man by saying, "Thank you, old man. That was amazing. I'll probably have another one, by the way." And the guy, obviously Tochi, would head straight to making more until he sees the new customers. It's like, whoa, I guess you guys are really back. As Naruto would turn around in shock, realizing what that means. Naruto would then say, "Actually, I'll cancel my order. I'll have some later. I'll see you guys later. Bye, Sasuke. Bye, Tsuki." As the two Uchihas would realize what this was, and Naruto, with his hood up, he would look to the floor and start walking out. As he walks out, he actually bumps into Menma, and Menma would look at him, actually looking down on him, as Menma thinks he's above everyone else, thanks to being the fourth Hokage's child, and also growing up in a household where he's been treated basically like a prince. The daimyo actually, was very ecstatic to have the fourth Hokage and his family there, and he would have gave them a mansion with servants and everything, butlers and maids. Menma looked at him and says, "What should you go, damn brat?" As Naruto would look at him, eyes full of rage. These eyes were cold. The blue eyes that everyone sees, the blue eyes full of happiness, but these were two cold, icy blue eyes. As the other two Uchihas would finish up quickly and stand next to Naruto and look at Menma as telling him to shut up. Obviously, Menma would be quite angered by this, but Mito tells him to stand down, as it's not worth wasting their time on Uchiha brats. As Naruto wouldn't take this very lightly. Naruto, for some reason, out of all three of them, Naruto was the one who took that the most to heart. Naruto says, "Hey, look, at least the Uchihas don't leave their family behind." As Naruto says that, he actually puts both his hands on Sasuke and Tsuki's shoulders, and then flying Raijin's out of there. Yes, Naruto has learned the flying Raijin over the past 12 years. Yes, and not many people know. Only him, Itachi, Sasuke, and Tsuki. Obviously, basically his family, not his friends, by the way. Naruto has kept that one a secret from a lot of people. Even Kakashi doesn't know. Only the Uchihas know. The 5 Uchihas that he lives with now. He actually doesn't live in his apartment anymore. He's actually planning to sell it soon. As the Uchihas actually have an extra room for Naruto, and they've always had one. They've actually built one after they actually met Naruto, as they always had this feeling that Naruto would one day just come and live with them. And in fact, that day has come now. Anywho, Naruto and Tsuki and Sasuke would actually teleport on the third Hokage's stone face, as obviously Tsuki pats Naruto on the back, and Sasuke just puts his hand on his hair and ruffles it as if he was his older brother. Naruto was actually younger than the two as well. Tsuki and Naruto had a very close connection, as the two were actually basically in love. Literally, they really like each other, and Sasuke knows. He knows that perfectly, and Naruto has noticed now over the past few months. He has noticed, and that was also thanks to Shikamaru acting as the best wingman for Tsuki. Anyways, Naruto just smiles at the two, and they all sit down, saying, and Naruto basically thanks them for all his being there for him. You know, guys, you guys are really the best. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. I wouldn't be alive, I'll be honest. Obviously, the other two look in shock to Naruto and tell him to never have those kind of thoughts ever again. As Naruto chuckles, saying he used to have them, even when he had people who loved him. But now, he doesn't see a reason why to have them anymore, as now he has a purpose. Naruto says this. He never really had a purpose before. Before, he was only striving to one goal, becoming the Hokage. But realistically, he never really had a purpose for himself. He just wanted to do this to protect the village and be the best. But he never had anyone to protect. Literally. No family. No one was really there for him. Most of the people he knew could protect themselves perfectly. But now, he has a family of 5 other people he wants to protect with his life. He would give his life for the Uchihas. And anyways, now, something was weird about Naruto, however. Naruto felt a burning sensation in his eyes. Naruto's eyes were still blue. However, they developed 3 tomoe on each eye. The 2 Uchihas would notice this and ask Naruto about it, because this looks very similar to the Sharingan, but blue. What's going on? Naruto asks them, what are they talking about? What? I'm confused. What are you guys talking about? Naruto, you have a blue Sharingan. Tsuki answers him. Naruto would then take out a little mirror that he actually keeps in his pouch and look into his eyes to see the Sharingan, but the eye was not red. Naruto was very confused as the 3 started panicking, as Naruto didn't know what to do, and he's never seen anything like this. Itachi was actually off from Anbu duties today, thanks to it being a festival. The 3 would teleport to the house and run towards the living room, where Fugaku, Mikoto, and Itachi were. They would all 3 of them would ask about this, and Fugaku would look into Naruto's eyes with his own Sharingan to understand what's going on. His Sharingan was different. It wasn't like a normal Sharingan. In fact, he seemed to have powers beyond the Mangekyo. Itachi then looked into his eyes with his own Mangekyo Sharingan. Yes, he has a Mangekyo, by the way. That was thanks to him losing a few close comrades. Not Shisui, by the way. Shisui is still alive here, for now. Anyways, now. Obviously, he would see that Naruto's eyes hold strength beyond the normal Sharingan, actually a bit above the Mangekyo, closing up to the eternal Mangekyo. They don't know the abilities, but Naruto says that he's always been able to see people's chakra flow. He thought that it was just a trait of his. He didn't know he had the dojutsu. This is the first time he actually manifested like this. And then everyone just sweat dropped. They're like, wait, so you had abilities of the Sharingan from the very start and you didn't tell us? Naruto said, well, yeah, I thought that was just my normal vision because it's my normal eyes. Obviously, all of them understood that Naruto had a point there. Naruto's eyes never really changed, never really transformed, morphed into anything. They were always the same. They always remained the same. But now all of a sudden he has tomoe. Fugaku doesn't know what to say about this. He thinks that Naruto was born with a natural Sharingan, and once his tomoe actually awakened or appeared, that's like his version of the Mangekyo. But then, if this works like a normal Sharingan, and Naruto's in the Mangekyo Sharingan state in a normal tomoe state, that means that he can still unlock a power beyond it. They're all very confused, but Naruto then says, well, sorry, not Naruto. Then Itachi says, you better keep this a secret, otherwise people, especially Danzo, will come after you. Do you understand, Naruto? Itachi being dead serious, as Naruto would just nod and ask how he can turn it off. He's never really had a dojutsu. Itachi then says, I can see chakra flowing into your eyes. If you just stop the chakra flow, you should go back to normal. Naruto's eyes go back to normal, and he still sees everything that he normally sees. Fugaku then asks him, what color is my chakra? Naruto would then say, a dark purple chakra. Obviously, Fugaku would say, yes, that is what most Uchihas see. And that's with your normal eyes. Are you sure, Naruto? Naruto says yes, as all of them would be very confused. This was a revelation to them. This was not a trait from Minato nor Kushina. It was very confusing. And the third Hokage should know about this. Only the third. And the third only. The third Hokage is informed about this, and he would actually go to the Uchiha's house for today, as he finished all this paperwork before, thanks to Naruto actually helping out a little bit. Yes, Naruto has been helping out with the paperwork with his clone, and the Hokage kept this a secret from everyone else. That's why he was never really stressed, and he always had time to go visit Naruto once or twice a week, instead of once a month. Now, the Hokage would ask Naruto a few questions, as Naruto would answer, and completely honestly, and they would find out that Naruto has always had abilities of the Sharingan, and he was always enhanced by them, but it was natural. The conclusion that the professor came up with, yes, the professor, the third Hokage is the professor, says that Naruto is a very, very special case, 1 in a million in fact, maybe one in the whole world. Like, this has never happened. He's never heard of this kind of phenomenon before, and they should keep it a secret, and Naruto should use this to his advantage as a trump card, as Mangekyo Sharingan have a special ability, so Naruto must have one with his Tomoe. If that's how things are looking like, Naruto might have abilities like Shisui's Kotoma Tsukami, maybe the Tsukiyomi, maybe controlling Amaterasu, or just using it. Even the Susanoo should be a plausible ability that he could have. They don't know, and they would train on this later on. Naruto still wants to take the day off, and the 3 Uchihas would still go out. The 3 were still very confused on what just happened, how. The other 2 were happy for Naruto, as now Naruto was more of an Uchiha than he ever was before. And they actually laugh it off, saying that Naruto has always been an Uchiha from the get-go. Anyways, now, back to the Namikaze family. They just finished their ramen, and Mito says, that guy, who was he? The blonde one. Obviously, they couldn't really see his face very well at the beginning, but when he looked into them, or looked at them, especially when they looked at his eyes, they seemed to resemble their father when he was very, very angry and serious. Obviously, that is because that is in Naruto, their little brother. Anyways, now, Minato didn't actually pay much attention to what happened, as he actually went to talk to Tochi at the same time as Naruto was trying to walk out. So did Kushina, and the other 2 weren't paying too much attention to his facial structure or anything like that, just his eyes, as those were the most mesmerizing thing first of all. Anyways, Mito just shrugs off, saying that they'll probably meet him in the academy if he's a ninja, especially because he's an Uchiha, right? And then this is where they really start questioning things. Wait, I'm pretty sure that kid had blonde hair. And Mito nods. And obviously Kushina asks what's going on, and they say, well, we just saw a blonde Uchiha. And Kushina was taken aback by this. She's like, what? A blonde Uchiha? And Minato says that he'll probably look into this tomorrow. Anyways, the 4 would actually return home after having a fun day out, and Minato and Kushina would actually head to the Hokage's office and ask about Naruto. Obviously, Mito and Menma remained home resting, as tomorrow they would go to the academy as well. Now, they wanted to meet Naruto, as they wanted to be his parents now, after 12 years, by the way, nearly 13. The Hokage was actually waiting for their visit, and once they entered the room, he actually welcomed them, not with a smile, but with a cold glare. Welcome back, guys. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are here to know about Naruto, right? The other 2 nod, as then Kakashi would appear to his right, and Orochimaru would appear to his left. Kakashi would give him a cold glare, especially Minato. Kushina would then actually snarl at Kakashi, saying, what happened to you, Kakashi? You were such a nice boy before. Kakashi then would scoff, saying, "Ha, you guys were good people before you left Naruto." Orochimaru would also say, "Well, Naruto doesn't really want to see you anymore." As the Hokage would put his hand up, telling them to stop and not initiate any fights. As he then goes on to explain, "Well, I know you guys want to meet Naruto, but I have no power in that." Minato asks, "What? What do you mean? I thought he was under your care." "No, he's not. He's been living on his own. He was living with Kakashi first for the first few years. About 7 years, I think. Eventually, Naruto moved out. As Kakashi finally found a partner, as Kakashi would then eye smile at the Hokage and at the mention of Shizune. Obviously, at that point, Tsunade and Jiraiya would actually walk in, and Jiraiya demanded an explanation as well. Tsunade was actually there to actually understand what's going on. As they overheard through the door, they didn't even knock and they went in. The Hokage would then explain Naruto has a family now, a real one that won't betray him, one that will love him, one that will always back him, one that will always be there for him in his worst and his best, his highs and lows, unlike you guys. Naruto has suffered a lot. He's always hidden it. But Orochimaru and me, Kakashi, could always see the coldness in his heart. But now, it's all gone. His new family actually loves him. They filled that void in his heart. Now, I want you out of this office, as it's still mine until 12 a.m. Minato, I'm sorry, but Naruto does not want to meet with you. If you do still want to meet with him, you can go to the Uchihas. They can give you some information. For now, I'll be leaving. Now, out." Obviously, the four were actually taken aback, as the last few words were spat with venom and anger from the third Hokage. The third Hokage was a very kind man. He would never even speak like that to his enemies, unless they've hurt someone very close to him. Even allies would never have seen something like that. Anyways, now, the four would return home and they would talk about what just happened. Jiraiya would then ask, why do the Uchihas have custody of Naruto? And then Mito and Menma actually, perked up. They're like, wait, Naruto, right? He's blonde, right? He's our younger brother. Minato says, yes, of course. He's basically, he looks a lot like me. Blue eyes, blonde. And then the two realize who that was. Wait, we saw Naruto today. That hooded figure, the hooded Uchiha. He had blonde hair and he had the Uchiha crest on his back. That was Naruto. He had blue eyes as well. The others, all four of them were gasped. They didn't realize. Minato and Kushina did not know. They weren't paying attention. They asked him where he went. The other two said, well, we were close to getting into a fight until the two other Uchihas got in the way. And Naruto put his hands on their shoulders and, teleported. It was either a body flicker or a teleportation, I don't know, but it did not look like a body flicker to me. Yeah, he's right, Mito replies, agrees with him. The other four were very confused. It was still evening, around 7 p.m. So all of them made their way towards the Uchiha compound. As they entered the Uchiha compound, which has been relocated over the years, by the way, they were met with cold glares. Obviously, Minato and Krishna were always welcome there, and today it seemed as if they were strangers, outsiders. Obviously, they kept walking towards Fugaku's home, which has gotten bigger, especially because of the new addition to their family. Anyways, they knock on the door to see someone open it. That one person was actually Tsuki. Tsuki would then shut the door straight away as soon as she saw who they were. As she says, you're not allowed in here. Obviously, Mikoto would perk up to this and ask what happened. They were in the middle of dinner, as Mikoto would go to open the door and gasp. Obviously, Fugaku would come out as well and see who they were. 12 years, huh? Naruto, I think there's some people who wanna who wanna come in and see you. Ah, fuck's sake. What's your language, Naruto? Itachi replies with a sweet smile, but at the same time, it was pretty scary. Sasuke then stood up and tells Naruto that he doesn't need to see them if he doesn't want to. They can just kick them out. This is, Uchiha property. And the Hokage said that no one is allowed here if they don't want them. Obviously, Naruto would then say, well, I'll have to get this over and done with eventually. How about we just get over and done with now? Obviously, they were near done with dinner, so no one was really hungry anymore. And especially Naruto, after seeing their faces, he lost his appetite. He has seen them in pictures before, but they haven't really changed much. Mikoto would pack up everything in the kitchen and everyone would be in the living room. There was a cold silence, a bit of nervousness in the air as well, but most notably, tension. The tensions were high. Minato was looking at Naruto. He seems grown up. Of course, it's been 12 years. He's taller than his two other siblings, although he's the youngest one. He seems more robust. He seems more muscular. He seems like a ninja, although he's still not a ninja. And he's heard of Naruto's track record in the academy. He's the dead last, although it doesn't seem like it, as Naruto gave off that aura of being a very great shinobi already. Although he's still not a ninja, he's not even a genin, obviously. Minato would then ask Naruto, have you been? Naruto would then look up, telling him that he's been better recently. As Kushina would ask why he's with, the Uchihas, he can come back home. Naruto says, I am home. I don't know what you're talking about, Lady Kushina. Obviously, the Jiraiya was taken aback by this. Everyone was taken aback by this. Jiraiya would then says, hey, look, brat. Only because they've been gone for a while doesn't mean you can treat them like that. They are still your family, your parents. Naruto says, I have no parents. And if I do have... Well, actually, I do have parents. My parents are right here. Mikoto and Fugaku Uchiha. I don't see any other one. I don't see anyone else as my parents. Now, what do you want? Minato would then actually get a bit angry at this, saying, look, Naruto, I understand how you feel, but you have to understand as well. Your siblings needed it. The power of the Nine Tails, they need to control it. Naruto then actually was about to shout at them, but then Tsuki stepped in as she was pissed. She did not hold back. Shut up. Power of the Nine Tails, my ass. Naruto's stronger than both of them by himself, even if they use the power of the Nine Tails. Obviously, Sasuke would agree with this and just continue for her, saying that Naruto's much stronger than them. They don't stand a chance against him. You chose the wrong people, the wrong person, especially that prophecy of yours. It doesn't matter. Naruto is his own self. He's an anomaly, basically. I'll be honest. Naruto's probably the strongest ninja in the academy, although he's the dead last for some reason. He knows the reason, by the way. Obviously, Itachi would then say, hey, look, calm down, guys. This is not a place to fight, right? Fugaku would then says, look, it's clear that Naruto doesn't want to meet with you, and he doesn't consider you guys as family anymore. Then Kushina would then actually shout, saying, we are family. He's our child. I gave birth to him. Mikoto then says, well, you didn't really act like a mother, did you now? This pissed off Kushina, and she asked, what did you just say? Well, she actually screamed it. Tsunade would then actually scratch the back of her head, saying, hey, look, Naruto, you need to understand, this is very important for the shinobi world, for the greater good. You need to look at the bigger picture. This is for everyone's good, not just you. We did this to protect you as well. Naruto says, I don't need your protection. I've been protected my whole life. Not just by myself, but by everyone that's close to me. Uncle Orochimaru, the Hokage, Kakashi, Big Brother Kakashi, and my family right here. Also all my friends. I don't need you guys in my life anymore. You guys need to get that through your head. You guys left me all those years ago, and now you want me back. No. Just no. Get out of my life. Get out of this house. As Naruto says this, the tension builds up even more. As Menma would then start speaking, hey look little brat. You respect our parents when they speak to you, do you understand? Yeah, that's right, Mito agrees with him. Naruto would then look at them, give them a cold glare, as he would then activate his Sharingan. He wouldn't turn red, just Tomoe, but it was clearly visible. Naruto would then look at them with his eyes. Do you see these eyes? These are clearly Sharingan, although they're discolored, the Sharingan. And nothing can change that. It shows that I'm an Uchiha. I'm no Uzumaki, no Namikaze. Before I got this name, just a few days ago, or no, actually this morning, I was just Naruto, and now I'm Naruto Uchiha, and I wear this Uchiha crest with pride. As he turns around, pointing at his back, obviously. Then Mikoto and Fugaku would step in and kick out the Hokage's family, as they would close the door behind them and go back to basically, well, to the living room. Naruto was sitting there with tears in his eyes. Tsuki was comforting him as his head was on her lap. She was playing with his hair, as this calmed Naruto over the years. They've been doing this, and Itachi and Sasuke just looked at them with a sad smile, as Naruto must be going through all sorts of emotion. Fugaku then says, I think that's enough for the night. Let's all go to sleep and forget about today. Tomorrow will be a better day, right Naruto? Naruto sniffs and nods as he goes towards his room, as everyone goes towards their room. 15 minutes later though, as Naruto was about to get into bed, someone knocks on his door. Naruto opens it, and he actually sees Tsuki. Tsuki says that there's no point of sleeping on your own, as you're just going to cry yourself to sleep. Just come to my room, at least you'll have me there. Naruto agrees, and he starts walking towards her room. Everyone would actually see this, as they were peeking through their own doors, and they would all smile, as clearly the two were getting closer, and everyone supported it. Anyways, now Naruto would wake up the next morning and head to the academy with his siblings. As he would enter, he would see that his two other siblings, his ex-siblings, were already there, and people were wondering about them. However, the Rookie 9 would actually not. Sakura, Ino, Neji, Sakura, Ino, Hinata, Shino, Kiba, Shikamaru, Choji, and obviously the three Uchihas, well, it would be Rookie 10 here, would all be at the back of the classroom, as all the civilians would be very interested by the two new additions to their class. Naruto and his friends would all be at the back, as they all knew what happened to Naruto, and they all were on Naruto's side. In fact, they never really respected the fourth Hokage after they learnt the truth behind Naruto's family. Now, and also Sakura and Ino are not fangirls here, because of Sasuke not acting as cold as before, and also because they don't like emos, and thanks to Naruto, they actually got out of that fangirly, state, as they were at the beginning, but Naruto basically woke them up to reality. Now, the day would go on as per normal, and eventually would end. The three Uchiha, all the Rookie 10, would be heading out to the training ground, as they would actually go to train together. All 10 of them together helped each other out. In fact, they could easily be tuning. They could easily make tuning, and also Team Guy would actually be interested in these lot, and they would actually train with them. So 13 people training at the same time, as Naruto would be supervising and helping everyone out. Also, Naruto has secretly been learning some of the clan exclusive skills. For example, the Yamanaka mind controlling technique, also the shadow possession jutsu and the expansion jutsu, and he had all three of the Inoshikacho group help him out in learning these, and they knew about this secretly, as in like secret to the rest of the village, as everyone thinks this is a clan exclusive skill or ninjutsu. However, it's not, and Naruto has been learning these jutsus by himself. Also, Shikamaru and Naruto would spend at least 2 hours a day just playing shogi with each other and seeing who wins. It usually ends with a draw every time. It's now 50 draws and 0 wins to both of them. Yes, 50 draws. And they do it, well, I say 50 draws, and that was, but they've been doing it every day for the past few years. So it'd been way more than that. Anyways, now, 2 weeks would pass like this, and Mito and Menma would continue their training in their own household, as they didn't care what the other 10 did, as because they thought that they were better than them. In fact, Sasuke and Tsuki were probably stronger than them. The Inashikacho group would probably be able to take one of them out, not two of them at the same time, as the two could still go into their full tail mode and still be in control. Something that Naruto has been doing in the past 2 weeks, however, which he has been interested in, obviously Sharingan training and something else, meditating a lot and entering his own mind. He knows that the Nine Tails is somewhere in there, and he's been searching for him. In the last 3 days before the final exam, Naruto would be alone, as he would want to take some time off and train by himself. Everyone understood, as they knew that Naruto wasn't in the best mindset right now because of what's happened in the past 2 weeks. Kushina, every day she's been trying to come and talk to Naruto, and Naruto has been ignoring basically every attempt that Kushina made, and she wouldn't even be let in the Uchiha household. Obviously, Minato, being the Hokage, would try summon Naruto. However, most of the Anbu corps would be on Naruto's side, and they would actually refuse that order. Even if he's the Hokage, they respect Naruto a bit more than Minato. Minato realized that he's lost a lot of trust and respect in the village by, well, the higher-ups. Maybe the civilians were all over him, but Anbu and the elders still need fixing up. Basically, he needs to earn the respect back. Jiraiya would actually be continuing his spy network and helping out Menma and Mito for the last few days, as eventually he'll be going on a long-term trip, or like a month or two, to train, not to train, but to continue his spy network and gain information. Whereas Tsunade would be going back to the hospital. However, she would not be given charge of the hospital, because Shizune has actually developed the 100 healing the 100 healing jutsu mark symbol, or whatever the thing that is, the diamond on the forehead. And Shizune has become more proficient in everything she does, and she also has a slug summoning jutsu, by the way, and the slugs were actually on Shizune's side more than Tsunade's as of right now. Although Tsunade can still summon them, they like Shizune a lot more. But furthermore, her enhanced strength jutsu, the thing that Tsunade uses to punch very hard, basically, she's more proficient in that as well, thanks to Kakashi actually training her as well. And Kakashi was said to be on Tsunade's level of strength in part 1, I believe so. And thus, Tsunade is actually on the same page or on the same level as Shizune right now, and Shizune is in charge of the hospital. Tsunade would be taken aback by this, because before she was the head of the hospital and now Shizune is. She's both a bit jealous but at the same time proud of her student, but she knows her student doesn't respect her anymore, and she doesn't even consider her mentor anymore. Now, Naruto would also have learned the healing jutsus, but anyways, back to Naruto going into his mind. In the last 3 days, Naruto would be wandering his mind, as it was very vast. It was very, very vast. Naruto's mind would have changed over the years. Before, it must have been a sewer, but now it's a lush forest, as Naruto is now happy. There's actually vegetation everywhere. There's no animals, obviously, but Naruto's walking through it until he actually finds a big cage in the forest that he was walking through. Naruto would then look inside the cage to see an eye open, with a massive red eye open, with a slit down the middle instead of a pupil. Naruto would then say, "Well, I finally found you, QB." The Nine Tails would then say, "Finally, you've decided to give me a visit, huh?" Naruto would then smirk, saying, "Well, I never really saw the reason to visit you until now, because I thought you were just a soul who didn't want to talk to me. But recently I've been thinking a bit more, and I realized that my father, or my former father, just sealed away your chakra in my siblings. But that chakra could run out one day. if they use it too much. And since you're the main thing, you can replenish your chakra just like any other human being, isn't it? The Naruto smirked as he saw that Naruto. He always knew Naruto was smart, but this was completely different. Ha! I knew you were smart, but this, even the fourth Hokage couldn't see it. And I guess you can talk to me as much as you want because your seal is quite weak compared to your siblings' one. So they don't lose much chakra when they use it. But your seal is very weak. I could break it whenever I want. Aren't you scared of that? Naruto then looks at the Narutos and says, why should I be? You're not gonna harm me, are you? I didn't harm you. I know you don't want to be in me. But did I have any choice? The Narutos would say, so what? I would still break out whenever I want. Naruto would then say that if he does try breaking out, Naruto will fight him to the best of his abilities to keep him from taking his body. The Narutos would actually smile, realizing that Naruto has guts and actually respects him a bit. Naruto says that his time is coming to an end. He's still not really good at this controlling his mind and everything and getting into it. But one last thing Naruto asks the Narutos. What's your name? You must have a name. Naruto's or Kyuubi is definitely not your name. No creator would give that kind of name to its own creation, would they? The Narutos would be taken aback by this. The Naruto has been alive for many years, thousands of years, and in the first time in his life after Hogoromo, someone has finally asked, Hogoromo gave him his name, but finally a human asked him for his name. Kurama was completely taken aback by this as Naruto was disappearing. Last thing Naruto heard from his mind was Kurama. Naruto smiled and telling Kurama that he will speak to him later, and maybe he'll let him out of that cage so he can roam free in his mind, as long as he doesn't cause too much trouble to him. The Naruto was also taken aback by this. Naruto wasn't scared of the Naruto's getting out of the cage, and he knew perfectly Naruto could break this seal easily, as Naruto has been practicing level 8 for ninjutsu. There's only 12 levels, I believe so, or 10 levels. I don't know if that's a thing or not. But anyways, now I'll say that there's 10 levels, and Naruto's on level 8 already. Because he has the flying Raijin, he must be quite proficient in the seals as well. He's not a complete seal master, but he is very, very proficient at it. Anyways, now Naruto would be outside, realizing that it's already dark. I guess time passes when you're actually searching for something that you want. But anyways, he knows that the time in his mindscape is much slower than time in real life, but since it's already dark outside, it must mean that he's been in his mindset for days, basically, days upon days. Anyways, now, Naruto would start walking home, and as he actually sees Minato and his family out. Naruto would then actually was about to take a different route home for today, until they noticed him. They ran to him, as Minato was quite fast, and they were actually surrounding him. They asked him a few questions. Naruto said that he would like to go home right now, as there's no time to answer questions, as tomorrow is the final exam. Naruto would then actually bring out a kunai, as Minato would wonder what that is. And his kunai was a 3-pronged kunai, just like his, but the seal on it was completely different. It was basically a flying Raijin kunai, but it was a different formula, a different kind of formula. Anyways, he seemed a bit stronger, in fact, because Minato was only a level 7 when he actually made the flying Raijin for himself, and Naruto was a level 8 when he did it, thus making his seal much stronger. Minato could change it, but that would mean remaking all those 3-pronged kunais, thousands upon thousands of those, all over again, and he doesn't really feel like it right now. Naruto would then throw the kunai up, as he would teleport to it and just look at them with a cold glare, and Naruto would then disappear. Naruto showed off a little bit there. Minato was completely taken aback by this. He realized that Naruto knows the flying Raijin, something that his 2 children couldn't do in the past 8 years when they started learning. They know Funjutsu, they're on level 2 and 3, Mito being a bit higher than Menma because Menma doesn't have much patience, but you need at least a level 7 for that, and Naruto seemed, his seal seemed very complex, more complex than a level 7 seal, and Minato assumes he's a level 8 or above, possibly even a seal master. Minato wants to know more about Naruto, and he goes on to make some research over the next few hours, after basically spending time with his family. Obviously, his family was, well, Kushina was kind of sad that Naruto wouldn't come back, but she believed that one day she will, well, bring back Naruto, and that day would come soon, as she would do everything in her power to do so. She won't be waiting for too long. She doesn't have much patience for that either. Anyway, now, the day of the exam comes about, and everyone that passes like in the original, and Naruto passes with ease as well. Mizuki here is actually not bad because well, Orochimaru is good, so Mizuki is a good teacher. In fact, he's basically just as rated as well, Iruka, and Mizuki actually really likes Naruto as well. In fact, once Naruto actually passes, Mizuki was actually the first one to congratulate him, standing up from his seat, and Iruka just shaking his head, realizing that Mizuki has just been holding back his favoritism over the past 4 years. Naruto would just chuckle and tell them that it's been great, well, learning from them, as the two would look at each other and then look at him and start laughing, saying, "You didn't learn anything from us. You knew everything from the very beginning. Everything we've taught you was already taught by yourself." Naruto then smiles and waves at them as he continues out the door, and the two look at him, and then they both at the same time say, "Well, he's going to be a great ninja one day." Obviously, the two chuckle as they both said the same thing, and Mizuki says probably even greater than Lord First. And anyways, now, Naruto would return to the room as he was the last one to do his test, obviously showing off his headband. Everyone would cheer for Naruto as they all knew that Naruto would have passed, but, you know, they still wanted to congratulate him. All 10 of them would go out for barbecue at the Akimichi store. And anyways, now, the next day, they would actually be told about their teams. And anyways, now, Mito and Menma would have got Rookie of the Year because they aced every test, just like Sasuke and Tsuki. However, they didn't because of their past tests, because they joined very late. They didn't come Rookie of the Year. And yes, their past test does actually count up to the final one, but the final one is all that matters. If you failed every test before that and you passed the last one, you still get basically a pass. And Naruto was the bottom of the year. Next day, everyone was told about their teams. Naruto was actually in Team 12. Yes, Team 12 instead of Team 7. Team 7 would be Sakura, Sasuke, and Tsuki. And the other two teams would be the same. Team 8, Kiba, Shino, Hinata. Team 10 would... Team 9 is still in action. Team Guy, basically. Team 10 would be Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji. And, well, obviously Team 12 would be Naruto, Menma, and Mito. Naruto would protest, saying, "Look, I came bottom of the year. I should be in the same group as, well, you know, the top 2 students, isn't it? The top Kunoichi and the top Rookie of the Year, like the top boy. Like, isn't that how it's meant to work?" Iruko says, "Yes, that is how it's meant to work. This is very weird. I'll have to check on that. I'm sorry, Naruto, but you'll have to deal with it for now. I don't think I can change it, I can't lie." Obviously, Naruto banged his fist on his desk, actually breaking the desk, as he was absolutely, well, pissed. Iruka would shout at Naruto, but then give him a sad smile, realizing that Naruto really doesn't want to be in this team. And he says, "It's fine, Naruto, you'll just be taken out of your pay the next time you get paid, as now you're an adult." Naruto would then look at him with puppy dog eyes, and Iruka would sigh and say, alright, it'll come out of my budget, out of my pocket. Anyways, Iruka would smile and tell them good luck, as they would all wait for their senseis. Naruto wanted to be in Team 7 because that was Kakashi's team as well. However, he knows that he can't do anything. This is Minato's doing, and he knows that. Naruto would have a good talk with the third Hokage, asking him what's going on, and if he could be put in a different team, or just on a team on his own. In fact, it's possible that he could. Orochimaru was still waiting for him to become his student, and Naruto wants to train with Orochimaru and Kabuto. Yes, Kabuto is actually one of the Orochimaru's students, and he's actually a good friend with Anko. Anyways, now Naruto would meet his team at the rooftop as Kushina would come in and ask them to come to the rooftop as she would teleport away. Not teleport, body flicker. Naruto would teleport to the rooftop as he has a seal on it, and Menma and Mito would body flicker there as well. Kushina would ask her students to introduce themselves with their likes, dislikes, and goals. Obviously, Naruto would go last, as Menma and Mito would basically say that they both want to become Hokage, as their goals, their likes are their family, dislikes are people who disrespect their family, looking at Naruto, and that's it. Obviously, Naruto would then say that his likes are many things, his dislikes are certain people, and goals, he doesn't really want to talk about that right now. Kushina was taken aback that, her own son wouldn't say anything, as her dream was basically to, return her family together. And anyways, now, Naruto would then ask, why am I in this team? I should not be in this team. I was the bomb of the dead last. I should be with Sasuke and Tsuki, isn't it? That's why I've been getting bomb grades in the first place. Kushina says, oh, well, I actually asked Minato to put you in my team, and Naruto says, you can't do that. As obviously he then gets on the railing and was about to go off until Kushina shouts at him saying that tomorrow there's a test and they have to be at training ground 12 by 8 a.m. Naruto just scoffs, saying, I'll see if I want to go. If not, I'll just stop being a ninja. It doesn't really matter to me. As Naruto would then go off to the third Hokage's office. Yes, the third Hokage still has a different office, and he would ask the third Hokage what's going on here. The third Hokage was actually not here there at the time, so he would have, and he was told by his secretary that he was actually at the fourth Hokage's office, at the main office. Naruto would then head there by teleporting there, and basically it was just the third Hokage talking to Minato about what's going on with the village and everything, basically giving him a briefing of what's happened in the past 12 years. Naruto would appear out of nowhere as Hiruzen would smile, and Minato says, Naruto, I know you're my son and everything, but you need to knock the next time you come in. And Naruto says, I'm not here for you, I'm here for the Lord Third. Anyways, Gigi, what's going on? Why am I in that team? The Hiruzen was taken aback, saying, what team? You passed as the bomb of the year. You should be with the top Kunoichi and top male ninja. Naruto says, exactly, then why am I not there? Obviously, looking at Minato would then sweat drop and just smile nervously, saying, well, I put him in the team with his family, as I want him to get closer to them. And Naruto says family shouldn't get in the way of a ninja, as he spits venom by saying that, and says that he will resign from the team, or resign as in Shinobi as a whole if he has to, and join the Anbu. And Minato was taken aback by this. Is this how much Naruto really hated his family? Minato would tell him, just try out for a month and tell us how you feel. If not, I'll put you in a different team. Simple. Naruto then says, I don't even want to try it for a day now. What can I do? GG. Obviously, Hiruzen would put his hand to his forehead and basically just think what he could do. He could put Naruto in Anbu, but he doesn't want to put Naruto in Anbu because of the amount of experience that he would need. And not even that, he just doesn't want Naruto to become cold. He wants to put Naruto in the same team as Sasuke and Tsuki because of the friendship they have, and the team that they would make would be absolutely horrific. It would be scary. It would be a scary team, and their teamwork would be on a whole different level. Now, Hiruzen thinks and says that maybe he should try it. If not, Orochimaru is still waiting for a student, and he's been saving the snake summoning contract for you for a while now. In fact, 12 years. And after what you said when you were 5, I think now is the right time. So just try it for a month. If you still don't like it, Orochimaru is always there waiting for you. As Naruto smiles and says, alright, just cause you said it. 1 month, that's it. It's not like I'm going to change my idea anyway. My goal is still the same. And I will leave this, damn team. As he looks to Minato. Minato then gives him a sad smile, realizing that what he's done and realizing that he's been a bad father. The next morning, Naruto would meet his team and basically get ready for the test. The other 3 team members and their joining team leader, obviously, at the same time would appear, and Naruto knows why, because they live in the same goddamn household, and she would explain the test. Naruto says, look, I already know what this test is about. It's about teamwork, isn't it? Kushina was like, yeah, it is, but how did you figure out so quickly? Naruto says it's obvious. But anyways, if I take a belt, even if I don't work with the team, I still pass, right? Kushina then thinks about it and says, well, technically yes, because you took a belt, right? And Naruto then says whatever. As the bell test begins, the 3 of them would scatter into the forest. Naruto knows what the test is about, and Menma and Mito would actually arrive next to him. Naruto would then look at them, saying, look, I don't care what you guys do, you guys can work as a team. I'll work on my own. As he would then teleport away, and teleport right behind Kushina, catching her off guard. Naruto threw a kunai that quick and teleported to it before Kushina could even realize. Now, Kushina would actually block a kick coming from Naruto with her forearm, and Naruto would then disappear again and try kick again. Naruto was doing this just to feel his opponent, and once he realizes that she's mostly going to be blocking and not attacking, Naruto goes onto the offensive. Naruto would then actually kick one more time, and he would bounce off, backflipping off of Kushina's forearm, and then as midway the backflip, he would then fire out a great fireball jutsu. Kushina was taken aback by this. Naruto didn't really have a teacher, and he knows the fireball jutsu. This is very, very new to her, and she would bring out a katana, add the water release to it, and basically cut through cut the fireball in half, and steam would form, and Naruto would come behind her and basically kick her in the back of and she would be sent flying. But she was expecting this, and she was actually waiting for it so she could get out the steam quicker. This was a tactical, she was actually using this as a tactical retreat from the steam, but Naruto was aware of this, and he would actually use the steam to his advantage, as she can't see what's going on in the steam right now. Naruto would then send out 2 clones of himself, both throwing shurikens and using the shuriken shadow clone jutsu, and the Kushina would be able to easily deflect all of them, and then Naruto would appear from the ground trying to grab the bells, but Kushina was able to actually slice him, and the clone would poof away. Kushina knew that was a clone, but then Naruto comes out of nowhere in front of her while she was still mid-air. As she jumped up, Naruto would then have an orb of blue chakra swirling in his hand, as Naruto would then smash it into Kushina, but then she would turn into a water clone. Naruto then says, not bad. After all, you did take out the 7 ninja swordsmen on your own. Oh, you were... sorry, not on... What am I talking about? You are on the level of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. Anyways, now, Naruto would then bring out a kunai from his sleeve. Yes, he was hiding one in his sleeve. And he would look at Kushina, who was standing on a tree branch. Kushina realized that Naruto seems to be on par with her right now. She's using low tuning speeds. That is quite easy to handle for her children after all. But anyways, now Naruto would then throw this kunai, as Kushina would deflect it once more. However, the kunai was actually a fake, as Naruto would transform from the kunai, and he would throw 6 more kunais, as they would hit the ground and missing completely. And Kushina thought that maybe Naruto was disorientated, until the kunais all turned into a Naruto, and each Naruto did hand signs, as they would create a barrier around Kushina, and she was confused on why she would be blocked in this barrier, as Naruto can't really get in. And then she realizes each clone that actually transformed into a bunch of paper paper bombs, about 100 each clone, and there was 600 in there. And Kushina realized that, well, if this explodes on her, she's most likely not going to come out of there without a scratch. Obviously, she creates a barrier around herself by using a strong sealing technique, and the paper bombs would explode, but she would come out unscathed. Naruto knew that this would happen. She is an elite Jonin after all, but Naruto didn't care, as Kushina would like to finish this fight as quick as possible. Seeing that he wasn't going to work with his siblings, she knew that he would fail, as she uses all her power, Jonin speeds, to knock him out. However, as she was trying to knock him out by chopping him in the back of the neck, Naruto would know that this was coming, and once Kushina actually tries to chop him, he turns into lightning, as this was a lightning clone, and he would electrocute her. And then Naruto would come from behind, saying that, screaming out Rasengan, as he would smash it into her back and actually take one of the bells. Kushina was taken aback by this. How could her own child attack her like this, literally? But how did he know the Rasengan? That's something she did realize before, but like, what the hell? How did he know the Rasengan? Like, Minato didn't teach him, Jiraiya didn't teach him. Could it be Kakashi? Yes, it was Kakashi, by the way. Kakashi knew that Naruto would use it to his advantage. Naruto doesn't really like the Rasengan, but once he actually got to use it, he actually did like it quite a bit, and he actually mastered it, and he actually completed it. Something that even his siblings couldn't do. Naruto doesn't show the completed version of it because he doesn't want anyone else to copy it, other than Kakashi, which Kakashi can't do because of the amount of chakra he uses, and the amount of chakra control he requires. He requires more chakra control than he can handle, unless he's using the Sharingan. But then again, it's so much chakra, it's better he just uses Chidori or his lightning blade, and that was his own thing. And Naruto has his own thing with the Rasen Shuriken and other types of Rasengans. Now, Naruto has the bell and says, look, I don't care if you don't pass the other two, I didn't want to work with them, and I worked on my own. I was more than enough to take out a Jonin, so I'm pretty sure I'm capable of being a ninja. As Naruto would throw the bell to one of his two siblings, as Mito would catch it, and Menmo would be like, "Oh fuck, now I need a bell," and then Naruto would say, "Don't worry, here you go." As Naruto basically got both bells, which Kushina, he only got one because he didn't like his siblings, but clearly he got two of them. Look, since I gave my bell to both of them, that means I fail, and I gave up for the team. That means I passed, right? And Kushina says, yeah, technically, yes, right. You're correct. All of them pass, and Naruto just smirks, saying that he'll be going for today. I know tomorrow 8 a.m. Naruto just read her mind. Obviously, she was confused, as she would go to the Hokage's office, or Minato's office, last, and she would say Team 12 pass, and Minato would dismiss everyone except for, well, Kushina. Minato would ask, how did you do? They were expecting Naruto to be the worst at everything, and Kushina says that Naruto basically took her out on his own, using the Rasengan, by the way, and the Flying Raijin, and also a very high level of Fuinjutsu, and his tactical ability is quite good. It was on par with Nara's ones, and not just like an average Nara, but an elite Nara. And also, Naruto didn't work with his siblings, but he was able to take me out on his own. Obviously, Minato was taken aback by this, and he wanted to understand more of what happened, as Kushina would explain everything that happened for every detail. Anyways, now, Team 12 would meet up the next morning to do their first ever D-rank mission. As Naruto did not participate in it, he didn't care, as he's done these missions as if he was doing chores, as he was doing chores when he was helping out villagers anyway. He used to do D-rank missions basically. But anyways, now, Team 12 would continue this for a month, as Kushina would offer training to Naruto, which Naruto would always decline, as he would walk off every time they finished the mission. Eventually, Minato says that there would be a joint mission with Team 7, as Naruto perks up, and Minato knew that he would, and that they would be escorting, I think what's it called, Tazuna to the Land of Waves. Naruto would say, you don't really need 2 teams for that. You only need Team 7, to be honest. We should get a different one. Menma says. As Menma knew that Team 7 is capable, as Team 7 is actually very strong. In fact, according to many rumors, Team 7 is on par with Team 12, as they've done more missions than them, by the way, and their team is just superior. They say, Menma says on par because he thinks that him and Menma, or him and Mito are better. Naruto is just there. Although they know how strong Naruto is, the two actually started training a lot harder, as Naruto was able to take out, Kushina on his own, and they still can't, by the way. Kushina can actually handle a full-tailed form of Menma and Mito. And one thing you're forgetting, Naruto has the 3 Tomoe Sharingan as his normal eyes. That's why Naruto is so strong. Otherwise, Kushina could have had a better time taking on Naruto, but clearly Naruto just is naturally stronger than her. Anyways, now, obviously, they don't know that yet. And anywho, now, Naruto, if he turned on his 3 Tomoe Blue Sharingan, he would have the power of the Mangekyo Sharingan, and he would be exponentially stronger and easily defeat Kushina on his own, without even trying. Anyways, now, Naruto would do this final C-rank mission as his mission with his family team. And anyways, now, Minato would ask Naruto how he's feeling about the team. Naruto would say that this is the final mission he will do, this C-ranked mission, and he will leave this team and he will join the Chunin exams, which he's already aware of, that will be within within a month, and he will be joining as a single man team under Orochimaru sensei. As Naruto has already started training with Orochimaru and actually has already gotten his snake summoning contract, so did Sasuke and Tsuki, by the way. Tsuki and Sasuke actually impressed Orochimaru with their skills, as Orochimaru actually tested all 3 of them by himself, each one individually and all 3 together, and he wanted to take all 3 of them as apprentices. And Kakashi was more than happy to help his team out, and Sakura actually became the apprentice of Shizune, not Tsunade, by the way. And anyway, now, Kakashi was okay with it, and he was also training his team as well, as it would be a better sensei thanks to Naruto's influence. Team 7 would already have the basics down. In fact, most of the basics down that they would have learnt as Genin, for example, tree walking, water walking, basically all the chakra control stuff, and even knowing their chakra affinities. Thanks to Naruto, everyone has already done that. Anyways, now, Sakura would be training into becoming a medic, and now basically Team 7 was basically close to disbanding, but Kakashi didn't really mind. He was getting close to Team 7 and all of them really liked him. He was close to them anyways in the very beginning because he actually helped Naruto train them sometimes. Anywho, now, train the whole, Rookie 10. Here's Rookie 10 because of the 10 people that were in the class, not just because of Tsuki's addition. Now, anywho, yeah, Sakura is not useless in this way. Minato would look down and be quite sad by Naruto's reaction and Naruto's ways of trying to get closer to his team, because he hasn't even helped them, but he knows that Naruto is more than capable enough of being a ninja. Thus, he doesn't really question Naruto. He asks Naruto one more question though. Is it possible that he can forgive them? Naruto says, Naruto looks at him. He doesn't say anything at first, but he knows deep down he can. He says, yes, I can forgive you, but right now I don't want to. And if you do want my forgiveness, you better work hard. As Naruto doesn't really care for them, he doesn't want to forgive them right now, but he knows that deep down he can, and eventually probably will, because Naruto is not really that kind of person. Naruto is still a very kind-hearted person. And anyways, Minato brightened up and basically tried to go in for a hug, but Naruto then declined, saying, look, I still hate you guys, and I don't want to be with you guys. Anyways, I'll see you around, Lord Fourth. As Naruto would then teleport out the room, as Minato would realize how strong Naruto truly is. Naruto would be on the 3rd Hokage's head, or on the 3rd Hokage's stone face, as he would start meditating. Naruto didn't really get much time to spend with Team 7 or any of his friends recently, other than Sasuke and Tsuki because they live together. But anyways, now, Naruto would meditate to go back into his mind and talk to Kurama. the two were actually pretty good friends. Over this 1 month, they've been talking a lot, and Naruto has been able to basically, well, get closure, a bit more closure about his family. And Kurama says that although he hates his family, his real biological family, he tells Naruto that, you know, he shouldn't let hatred take over him, as the Sage of Six Paths has always been forgiving, and he's always been kind. Thus, Naruto should be like that, as he is basically the reincarnation of, you know, the Sage of Six Paths. Naruto just smiles, saying that he's not really the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths, but he does want to know something. Then, well, obviously Kurama questions Naruto, and Naruto says, "What is this?" Kurama looks at him weirdly as he activates his Sharingan. Kurama is taken aback. He knew that Naruto had some kind of dojutsu. He never really understood it because he wasn't the Sharingan itself, but he saw the three Tomoe and he looked into it. And Kurama realized that this was some sort of Sharingan, but it was a defective one. Naruto says that his normal eyes see like a normal Sharingan, a fully matured Sharingan, and apparently with the Tomoe, it's as strong as a Mangekyo. So when I get the Mangekyo Sharingan, my abilities will be on par of an Eternal Mangekyo. But then there's an Eternal Mangekyo as well, so like he's just confused because one level below has the power of the level above. So when he reaches the level above, then that level will have the power of the level above. And then because there's the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, what's above the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan is the Rinnegan, and then he keeps going with the Rinnegan to above Rinnegan, which is nothing, to be honest, other than Rinne Sharingan. But then he keeps going again. Naruto's just confused. He doesn't know about the Rinnegan or Rinne Sharingan right now. But Kurama explains that this must have been a defect with his genes, and he wasn't even meant to have the Sharingan in the first place. I think someone must have given it to him, or he must have unlocked it in some way or form. He's not sure. And there is an explanation for this. I'll give it to you guys now. Naruto is the reincarnation of Ashura. And remember, Ashura in, his time, he actually got all the powers of the Sage of Six Paths. As the Sage of Six Paths, he even mentioned this. He mentioned in the time of Sasuke and Naruto that this time around he's going to give the powers to both reincarnations of Indra and Ashura, not just Ashura. That is why Indra defected, and that's why Naruto actually has all the powers of the Sage of Six Paths, and the reincarnation of Indra also has the powers of will get powers of the Sage of Six Paths later on. However, right now Naruto has both dojutsu powers and normal Six Paths Sage mode and everything else Naruto actually gets. However, he still needs to unlock it. However, the dojutsu bit actually Naruto tapped into because of the solitude he had to go through and all the pain he had to go through, all the emotional damage that he went through. Anyways, that's how it happened, and Kurama doesn't know how to explain it, so doesn't Naruto, but they will find out soon. Not soon, in a few years. Anyways, I hope you'll enjoy this what if. I hope you'll enjoy part 1 of this what if. This is where I'm going to end off. This was the King of Weebs. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs one more time. You can see I'm getting tired. It's actually 2:48 and I've been recording for an hour and 24 minutes. I recorded it in 2 sittings. First half an hour and now this. So it's about 2-hour part 1. Anyways, my ducklings, you're all dismissed. And I'm sure you guys can see something about this. I actually go a bit more in depth and a bit more with the interactions of the characters. But anyways, if you have any ideas of how I can continue this fan fiction, I'm so used to doing fan fictions nowadays, but this is an actual what if that I made right now. And please tell me on ideas I can do. Do you guys want Naruto to forgive his family or not? Please tell me if you guys want it or not. If not, I will make him forgive them, and I'll make them get even worse. If you guys want him to forgive them, but at the same time you don't, then that's what I want to do. Naruto gets closer to them over time, but he won't forgive them fully, only until he's very, very old, much older, like when he has kids and everything. But anyways, you guys tell me how I should approach this. And anyways, my ducklings, you're all dismissed. Please take care, stay safe, and peace.